Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the wild world of a slightly different angle, standing up, no script, and no edits because my laptop is not cooperating on the day I decided to film a video at last. Oh well. This is going to be quite a short one today because my mother asked me to do something on the difference between I and me, like when to use them in different sentences, and I thought it was worth talking about because English does not make sense. If you look at the history of other languages, you'll see that a lot of them have a bunch of grammatical rules like cases, declensions, grammatical genders, the singular, the plural, and the dual, and a bunch of other stuff, and the formal and the informal. And English looked at all of that and said, no, we don't want it anymore. The problem is, though, is that they got rid of a lot of the rules, but they still kept the sentences that are defined by those rules, which is why English is so terminally confusing and half the things don't make sense. But that's where I and me come in as a problem. If you've never heard of grammatical cases before, you might have seen them if you study or speak German or Turkish, for example. You have things like the nominative case and the ablative case and the locative case, and there's lots of different cases. But basically, it boils down to this: I is used for the nominative case, and me is used for the other case. I don't know the names of the cases half the time because no one really ever teaches them anymore, but they are still present within the grammar, right? So when I say nominative case, I basically just mean that if you are the subject of the sentence, then you have to write I. It's as simple as that. If you're performing the action, if you are the star of the sentence, it's I. I went to school. I am a teacher. I am recording. It's always I. However, if something is being done to you, as in you are now an object within the sentence and you're no longer the subject, someone else is the subject or something else is the subject because they are performing the action, then you must write it as me. This was given to me. This was given to I doesn't make sense. Simply because, again, you're not the subject of the sentence, so you can't use I. So whenever you're confused about whether to use I or me, think about whether you are the star of the show. If you are, use I. If you're not, use me. It's as easy as that. One little sidebar: a lot of times people will say, it's me. And that sort of does make sense. Grammatically, it doesn't because it should be it's I. But here's the thing: language is constantly developing. And if your social group uses it's me more than it's I, there's nothing wrong with using it's me. You should know the proper grammar, so when you're using it in very formal situations or in academic writing, you can use it properly. But if someone's trying to shame you for using incorrect grammar when you're just trying to talk and have a nice conversation, or if you're the kind of person who goes around telling people that their grammar is wrong, especially if they're not speaking their first language to begin with, stop. It's okay if you don't use the correct grammar, as long as you do use it when the situation calls for it. That's all.